DorkLair.
Welcome to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mezco 112 Collective Rumble Society Doc Nocturnal, the Phantom Knight. This is a very cool figure. I know a lot of people get upset about swag bundles. This was a swag bundle. It wasn't some 180, 170, 150 type thing. It was I think it was 112. And so for me, like, I don't mind. Like, I kind of like all the different stuff that we get with these things. I think it's fun. And this one came with some different things. Like, it came with some trading cards, and the comic book was a different format. And yeah, I felt like the pack-ins were kind of neat with this one. Overall, it's a great looking figure. I do like it. There's a ton of accessories and swap out options, and there's a couple different heads, lots of different weapons. He does have the same hands as the Gomez figures, but they're a little bit different, and I'll talk about that in a minute. And just a lot of fun. Just a really cool figure. He's sort of like their Monster Hunter type character and fights things like cosmic horrors, vampires. There's like one panel in the comic where he's fighting Nosferatu, and pretty neat things going on with their own sort of in-house projects, Rumble Society, Gomez, and of course here now we have the Doc Nocturnal. Now let's get into this review. All right, let's take a look at the packaging and the pack-ins, the swag set. So first up is a wax pack. At some point in this video, I will crack open this wax pack and we will take a look, so stay tuned for the trading cards. It also comes with a t-shirt, so it's kind of hard to fit it in the whole frame, but get a look at the t-shirt there. It's a pretty cool looking shirt. He's almost got like Spider-Man kind of thing going on, like the logo and the webs and stuff. But there's the t-shirt. You can see some of the bad guys there, it looks like. And then you have the comic book, which is awesome. It's an old magazine style. So, like, for example, I've been reading the Savage Sword of Conan lately, the old magazines. And this is very similar. It's a bigger format. It's bigger than a regular comic. And it's all black and white. And it's got some surprises, like some new items in the Slugfest Emporium. And then another little sneak peek at somebody coming soon called Hawk P40. So pretty cool magazine. I don't want to give the whole thing away in case people want to read it, but I read it. It's cool. It shows him battling some bad guys. We have the box that he comes in. It's the same box as Baron Ben's, except the sticker on the front has changed. And it's a really nice package. It's got the golden emblem on the front. It's got Rumble Society on the side and shiny lettering. Nothing on the back. Rumble Society on that side. And then when you open it up, it's got that awesome artwork with the magnetized seal. And then the artwork here of Doc Nocturnal. It's the same as the poster that they're selling on their site. All right, let's start this review off with a look at the details, the sculpt, the paint, the fabric, and so on. This is sort of his basic look before putting various accessories on. He's got the belt on. He's got the cape on. The hood is up over the head. The hood will, just so you can get a look at the hood. Then you can sort of roll the hood back. Look at the standard skull he comes with. It's got more of an angrier eye look than the other skull, if you want to sort of compare the shape of the skulls there. But we'll get to that glow-in-the-dark skull in a minute. Lots of nice details, very bone-like, and then his jaw will open and close. So, nicely detailed skull there. And then the cape has a wire on it. And it's got a pointed, sort of pointies, like Batman type thing going on with the end of the cape. And so you can kind of pose him up in some cool floating cape moves with these wires, one along each side. The cape buttons on the front in two places. One right here, another one right here. And I'm very careful with that one because I feel like it's not sewn on there terribly securely. It feels a little loose. But there's a look at the fabric of the cape. Has sort of a leathery bat look to it. And speaking of a leathery look, he's got his hooded vest on there that's got a leather kind of feel to it, and then it's got a spiderweb pattern, and it's got the plastic sculpted skull on the front there. And then on the back, he's got the same sort of spider webbing going on. And then it comes down to a little bit of a skirted piece around the hips and waist. Fabric on the pants, he's got a couple stripes over here, almost a little Han Solo-esque type of thing going on there. These are much more fabric-y, like spandex material. They're not the pleathery material of the vest. Same thing with the arms, and I'm sure there's a shirt underneath there. And I'm guessing some clever people will be removing that vest and kind of taking a look at what he's like underneath, but I'm not going to do that just yet. The sort of reddish plastic on the gauntlets, the hands, the belt, all has a nice sort of a maroon color and then a black wash, a crimson kind of look to it, giving it a nice rugged sort of worn-in look. And then you can see the holster with his pistol in there. That's also got the web detail. And then down at the boots, more leathery looking. I like how it has the seam right here. Gives it a nice leather detail. And then on the bottom, got his skulls on the bottom of the boots, so that's pretty cool too. So overall, a great looking figure. Definitely like a thin little guy, and I know some people were a little surprised at the smaller size of it after having seen some of the teaser images of Doc Nocturnal and kind of getting excited about this sort of badass character, but I still think even though it's a smaller frame, he is kind of badass. Speaking of that smaller size, let's take a look at how Doc Nocturnal stands up next to a few other action figures. Starting out with a couple monsters, we have the Mezco King Kong, and I threw a cape on it to make it sort of man-ape kind of Conan creature guy. And then on the right is, of course, the Nosferatu figure. And both of these guys are much larger than him, so they kind of make for good opponents for this underdog-sized character. And then we have a couple other Mezco figures. On the left is a pink skull, which is on the Gomez body. And on the right, I'm bringing in the stealth suit Spider-Man because I think they share a lot of the same parts. I would imagine the torso and arms and upper legs, at least, are very similar between these two figures. Very similar size and feel. And then a couple of Hasbro figures. On the left, we have the Black Series Mandalorian. On the right, we have the G.I. Joe Classified Destro. Okay, here's your little sneaky treat. Let's take a look at the trading cards. Let's open up this pack right now. So here you have the Doc Nocturnal wax pack, sticker inside. On the back, you have a fake advertisement for buying a ray gun. And you can see that it expires in 1976. All right, here we go. Let's open this thing up. Very thick. Much thicker than a usual wax pack, I would say. So here's a look at the pack. And then let's take a look at the cards. Pretty nice. They feel like Topps cards. They do feel like the old cardboardy kind of feel to them with the waxy sort of shine on the top. But we have the Pestilent Man. And then on the back, looks like we got some info. You can pause and read that. Over here we have the Enchanting Sirens of Scopuli. And you can read that on the back. Because they're going in order, I'm going to imagine that there's no randomness. They're all the same pack. Number 3, we have the Harasu Possession in the back of the card here. I know my friend Austin of the One Stop Toy Shop is like super excited about these because he's both into figures and trading cards. Meteor Marine Mutants. There's the back. I'm going to move a little quicker. Attack of the 30-foot Macaques. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. And then the back. And then we have Petitioning Baphomet with Prayer in the back. Doc Nocturnal versus the Beast from Hell. The Tangled Web of Doom. Info on the back. And again, I'm opening these for the first time, so I'll have to read these later. And then Emancipating Woodford. And then there's our exclusive sticker. He's got some stakes there. He looks like he's about to kill a vampire. And then on the back of the sticker. So there you have the wax pack. I thought I would slide that in the middle. For accessories, he comes with this glow-in-the-dark head sculpt. And it's also got an articulated jaw. And again, like I said, it's a little bit of a different sculpt than the other one. And apparently the gas mask supposed to fit on this head in particular. So you can slide that over this head sculpt here. And then that's how the gas mask looks on the head. And then we can pop this head off here, put the gas mask head on. And I'm not sure exactly where this is supposed to plug into. I'm not exactly sure, and I haven't watched any other reviews, so. And the instruction booklet didn't say either, so I'm not sure if it's supposed to swing around to the back and go onto the ray gun or what, but you could potentially pretend it's going into him right there or something like that. But that's how he looks with the gas mask on. And you can see a little hint of the green the green skull underneath there. And I did check, and it does glow in the dark. It's just really hard to show that on a video. And he also comes with the backpack that I had on him in the beginning of the video. And so this backpack has a skull on the inside, and it's got these canisters and some nice little detailing going on there, and the big ray gun. And then this piece is also glow in the dark, and that pops right off. So he's got that big ray gun there. Awesome piece. He looks really cool with that. I think that's how I'm going to have him on the shelf with that setup. And then he's got the Tommy gun over here, and it does come with 2 canisters that you can sort of slide out as if he's like loading up the Tommy gun, but you can get the details over here of the Tommy gun. Pretty cool. And then to go with the Tommy gun, he's got a repeating bullet effect. He's also got his little mini ray gun over here, his little pistol. And then the pistol has a piece that you can, I kind of feel like this would be a ray. I don't really know that this would be a bullet, but you could always just use the bullet on the Tommy gun. But there's some detailing of the pistol. And that looks pretty cool. Old sci-fi looking thing. He's got a couple little grapple cloth things, and then these sort of open and close. He's got this one that's like one piece, and then he's got this other one that you can stretch out on the wire as if he shot it out to like go grip onto something. Kind of a different, neat concept for a grappling hook. He comes with a pair of goggles over here that you can put right on top of his head. Nice little stretchy band, and the goggles fit right on there and look pretty cool. And you could also just have them up on his head if you want, like that. He's got a handful of these skull grenades, and these look like they can loop onto his belt in the back here. He does come with 4 grenades, even though he only has 3 little belt loops for him. But that's pretty cool there. There's a swap out piece on his belt. You can take this pouch off, just pegs right in there, and you can put this, it's called the device, and it's like a sonic disruptor, and you can peg that right onto his belt there. In addition to the fists, he's got a pair of open hands, and these are all basically the standard Gomez hands, except they're a little stiffer. They're not quite as rubbery as Gomez hands usually are. He's got 2 different right hand trigger fingers, one for each type of gun. He's got like a cradling hand and then a larger cradling hand, and this was the hand that the Gomez figures used for the canister grenades. 2-finger pointing hand, no middle finger hand, and then another just regular pair of gripping hands. And finally, of course, he's got the stand. I do love that it's using that same poster art on the stand there. Looks great. And the flight arm, of course. Now for articulation, the head can look up and down, side to side. If you look underneath, it's got a pretty typical type of a neck for a Mezco figure. The jaw's articulated as well. So it's a pretty cool movement up in the head there. The arms can swing up quite a bit. If you have that Spider-Man, you get a sense of how this thing can move. You can go all the way up and down. Double jointed elbows. There's a twist up the top there. If you look closely, you can see a little bit of butterfly action, but just not a ton. And I think the vest maybe gets a little bit in the way of that. He can crunch forward a bit, and then he can crunch back, can twist at the waist, and sort of decent amount of articulation in the waist there. His legs can kick up way high, again, Spider-Man body, and the knee can bend that far. He can kick backwards. He can twist at the top of the leg, and then there's no twist at the knee or at the boot cut, at least not on mine. But the foot can twist, and it can point down a little bit, point up, and it can rock out about that far for the rocker. One thing I noticed is my knees feel a little knock-kneed on it. Like I kind of feel like they should be in a little bit more. But overall, it's a pretty cool figure. I do like this release quite a bit. Doc Nocturnal, very cool cape, awesome accessories. A lot of fun action poses you can do with this guy. Very happy to add it to my collection. I highly recommend it. The aftermarket's going to be rough. This was an exclusive, and it's sold out now. So you could maybe jump on the wait list and see. I know some people have had their wait lists filled. But overall, it's a very cool addition to their little Mezco world of storytelling between Gomez and the Rumble Society. Pretty cool welcome addition to the collection. Thanks for watching my video, and until next time, may the Force be with you.
Follow me.